Okay, let's talk about a huge problem that a ton of product managers fall into. It's this trap that honestly feels like a strength, but in reality, it's a massive weakness that might just be sinking your entire career.
So, your team, maybe even your boss, calls you a Swiss Army knife PM. And it feels pretty good, doesn't it? It makes you sound so versatile, so indispensable. But what if I told you that title is actually a giant flashing warning sign that you've become a strategic liability?
I'm willing to bet you've heard this exact phrase before. Heck, you might have even proudly put it on your LinkedIn profile. You thought it was this amazing compliment, right? A sign of just how valuable you are. Well, the hard truth is it's not a compliment. It's a quiet tragedy for you, for your product, and for your whole company.
Let's just break down the metaphor here. What is a Swiss Army knife? Really, it's a tool for survival. It's the thing you pull out when you are completely and totally lost in the woods. So, if your team sees you as the survival tool, what does that say about your product? Yeah, it means it's officially lost.
Here's how the whole cycle starts. Some urgent task pops up that has absolutely nothing to do with actual product management. Let's say marketing copy is late. You see that deadline coming, so you jump in and say, "Don't worry, I'll do it." You get it done, everyone calls you a hero, but in the background, the time you were supposed to spend on strategy just, poof, vanished. And the cost of that is staggering. I mean, by writing that marketing copy, you didn't just help out. What really happened is the company just lost its product manager for 2 whole weeks to a task someone else should have owned from the start. You literally got rewarded for abandoning your real job.
So let me just ask you this and be honest. If you're spending your week writing marketing copy or clearing out support tickets or playing project manager, who is actually steering the product strategy? The answer is kind of terrifying, isn't it? Nobody.
And this brings us to the really high cost of all these heroics. It's such a seductive trap being the firefighter PM. You get that little dopamine hit every single time you put out a fire and save the day. But that feeling, it comes at a massive, massive price. Just think about what you're giving up. Every fire you put out is time you're not spending on your real work. It means you have 0 time for strategic thought. It means no long-term planning. And it means absolutely no time for the deep customer discovery that's going to find you your next big breakthrough. There's this great principle in product called NIHO. It stands for Nothing Important Happens in the Office. But you can't follow that if you're chained to your desk, managing chaos all day. The real insights, the game-changing ideas, they happen when you're out there, talking to actual users, not when you're stuck plugging holes in another team's workflow.
And the psychology of this whole thing gets even darker. When being the hero becomes your habit, the team's culture just fundamentally breaks. Gaps in responsibility never get filled. I mean, why would they? Everyone on the team just knows that eventually you'll step in and clean up the mess.
And after a while, this chaos leads to a complete breakdown in communication. Your team loses its shared language. Someone asks for a business case, and yeah, everyone nods, but they're all thinking of completely different things. One person delivers a financial forecast, another brings a customer journey map. Nobody is on the same page.
Let's just be blunt here. You've become competent at everything, but you're a master of absolutely nothing. You are not a product manager anymore. You are a highly paid janitor, just cleaning up messes that were never yours to begin with.
And this all comes back to a powerful idea, perfectly captured by Steve Jobs. Look, if you can't say no to writing a marketing email, you will never, ever have the time or the focus to say yes to true innovation.
Okay, so how do we fix this whole tragedy? We have to completely shift our mindset. It's time to stop managing chaos and finally start shaping direction.
The fix really starts with 3 foundational things. First, role clarity. You have to ask your leadership straight up, what do you actually want product managers to focus on? Second, precise boundaries. Define who owns what and make it crystal clear to everyone. And third, a common language. When someone says win-loss analysis, everyone needs to know exactly what that means.
Now, this is going to require a big change in your own behavior. From now on, when you see a gap in execution from another team, marketing, sales, you name it, your new instinct has to be to pause. Don't pounce. You have to trust the people in those roles to do their jobs.
So this all builds into your new strategic playbook. This is how you stop being that general-purpose survival tool and start becoming a true precision instrument.
Your new playbook has 3 core moves. 1. Protect your strategic time like it's the most valuable asset in the company, because it is. Block it off on your calendar. 2. Shift your thinking from one-off fixes to market-level solutions. And 3. Stop making gut-feel decisions. Use a strategy matrix to evaluate every single request. It's just a simple grid, really. You score each idea against your key goals. How many customers does it impact? How much effort will it take? It replaces all that chaos with a consistent strategic filter.
Let's dig into that second tactic. You have got to stop acting like a custom order shop for whoever yells the loudest. Your job is to solve problems for many customers, not just one. So before you agree to anything, ask yourself, does this help a big chunk of our market? If not, you got to step away.
And hey, a quick message for any product leaders out there. You have to stop celebrating the hero who swoops in at the last minute. That's a huge sign of a broken system. Instead, your real job is to invest in building a team and a process where the last minute never even happens.
You see, when your team shares clear definitions and actually respects boundaries, the entire dynamic just shifts. You go from constantly mending cracks in the wall to laying a solid foundation for the future.
And this is the ultimate goal, right? You transform yourself from that generalist, gap filler, the Swiss Army knife, into a precision instrument. Someone who is totally clear on their role, powerful in their execution, and laser-focused on what actually matters.
So, the choice is really yours. Are you ready to close that Swiss Army knife for good and pick up the scalpel?